right, peeps. We can start when we're ready.
Play the fucking song. Play the fucking song. Play it.
That happens in post, James.
Oh. No, we don't fucking play it through the fucking thing?
No.
Oh, shit.
How would that be possible, James?
I don't know. Play it into the mic, dog.
I think we need one.
If you want, I'll post a link to the intro song.
Okay. Okay, let's do a fucking intro.
Yeah, alright.
Alright, I guess I'll try it.
Yeah.
Okay. Hello.
Let me fucking do it.
A plus.
Kevin.
James will do it. He has the good radio voice.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Fools the World podcast. Today is August 6th, 2017. I am joined today by Stasha.
That's me.
Kevin.
This podcast is a mistake.
Chris. Okay, Chris is dead. And I'm James, and this is a fucking dumpster fire. Today we're going to talk about a couple of things, but mostly we want to talk about kind of our past history with our main interests of video games, anime, and the Persona series. Okay, but first, how is everyone's week?
Is Chris alive?
Yeah, is Chris alive?
I'm alive.
Oh, no.
God.
Yeah,
Right.
how was everyone's week?
Pretty good. Let's see. I've been chilling up here in Maine for I don't know, a bit over a week, 9 days. Good times. We have had a pretty nice stretch of nice beach days, but then yesterday and the day before were pretty shit, so that was pretty sad. But I just spend most of my time just roasting myself on the beach. I have a nice tan going on right now, which I'm pretty proud of. Pretty proud of it.
Nice.
Beach by day, hanging out with chicks at night. Pretty good life.
It's essentially the King Cup episode of Persona 4 for 9 days straight, I'm guessing.
It's King's Game all the way for Kevin.
Oh shit, yeah, it's King's Game, not King Cup. King Cup is an actual thing.
Yeah.
Stasha, how's your week been?
Alright, so that's pretty much what I've been doing. I've also kind of been intermittently working on a Mass Effect video at some point, which will probably not come out until 2 years. I don't know.
Ever.
Yeah, 2 years is a safe estimate, I feel like.
Coming out in winter 2014.
Oh no, not again.
Alright, so yeah, that's pretty much been me.
Yeah, okay. Stasha, how's your week been?
My week's been pretty good. Not doing a whole lot. I mean, it's mostly just been work. And this weekend, I've just been chilling.
Yo, wait, do you end up going to a Lollapalooza?
No, okay.
You fucking idiot!
No.
I told you to go!
Here's the thing. So, Chicago, which is where I am, has a music festival called Lollapalooza. And it happens every year. And it's this giant thing. It's a 4-day weekend. And they get a whole bunch of artists to come in, 2 of which I was really excited to go see. But the thing is, Lollapalooza, or I didn't know that it was happening, because I'm dumb and I don't, read news or anything.
Oh, for fuck's
I didn't
sake.
realize it was happening this weekend until, Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, actually, no, maybe it was probably Tuesday. But anyway, it's 2 to 3 days before the thing starts. And I'm I really want to go, but, yeah, there's probably no way, right? So I go online, I check it out, all the tickets are sold out. They have, they have people reselling tickets, but it was $300 for a 4-day pass.
Right, yeah.
And if I paid the $300, I'd still have to meet up with that person to get this wristband or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's there's not enough time for that.
Yeah.
So I was I really want to go, but unfortunately, it just could not happen.
Yeah.
And going to a music festival alone, you're gonna want to go for 1 day where you have people you're gonna like. Because otherwise you're just gonna be a dude in a tent hey, how's it going, kids? And no one wants to be
That's
that.
the thing.
Wait,
That's the thing, right?
James, have you been to a music festival?
Yes, but not a big one.
Okay, all right.
I
Yeah,
went to one with my
Lollapalooza is
dad.
pretty huge.
Yeah. Wait,
Yeah.
so I know Porter Robinson was going to be there. Was Madion going to be there too?
No, it was just
Ah.
Porter Robinson. I mean, I'm sure he was going to do Shelter. I mean, because that's like
Yeah,
his
yeah.
biggest song right now.
Yeah.
But also Foster the People was going to be there.
Oh,
Or
okay.
they were there, and I like their stuff. So
Okay, all right.
I'm trying to see if there's anyone I would have liked. You see, I fucking hate you because I would have jumped at that opportunity because I'm stuck in fucking Iowa. There ain't shit in Iowa.
I did ask Stasha, like, hey, like, if it wasn't like just a few days before, I was like, hey, maybe James would jump on that too. He would he would maybe like join up, even though you're probably in Iowa.
Yeah.
I would have mentioned it. I would have invited you, but it didn't seem plausible. Like the more I looked into it, I'm just like, there's no way we're going to make this happen in 2 days.
Yeah, I mean...
Because it started on Thursday, right? Like, it didn't even start in the weekend.
Yeah. I don't blame you because, I mean, like, there would have been a fair chance I wouldn't have been able to make it out anyway because I just been working and working and working and working and working. And I just, because I haven't taken any loans out for, like, student housing and shit, I've been paying that off throughout the summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Because it's all charged to your, like, university bill. I'm living student housing, so it's all charged at once. So I probably wouldn't have been able to go. But anyway, I'm still going to say fuck you because you had a better chance.
Yeah.
Look, I'll go next year.
Yeah.
I won't be in Chicago, but I'll go.
Yeah, you'll do it.
Just saying.
I bet there's better music festivals. Honestly, fucking isn't South by Southwest? Is that in San Antonio or somewhere else? Anyone know?
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
No, it's in Austin. Okay,
Wouldn't it be cool if we could all go to like a music festival together?
What?
yeah,
That would be pretty cool.
that would
What
be
you say?
pretty.
Go to music festivals together?
Yeah, that'd be
Yeah.
really cool, right? Like if all four of us could go.
Yeah,
Yeah, for real. I would
Totally.
totally be down with that kind of bullshit road trip because it would be so
Oh,
dumb.
definitely.
It would be
That's
so
just
incredibly dumb.
something. Like, right after I graduate college, I just really want to just take a year off. Just like, if it's possible, I just want to just straight up dick around for a year and then just get into my job because I think once you like start actually working, that's your life.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah, I just kind of want to indulge for a little bit.
Understandable, definitely.
Yeah, that would be me too.
Yeah.
That would be pretty
So,
nice.
Chris, how was your week?
I've just been watching anime pretty much the entire week and studying for my politics class.
Oh, true. What shows have you been?
Okay, so I watched, I watched Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. I watched
Good show, good show.
Good.
Little Witch Academia.
Very good.
Oh, did you finish it?
Yeah, I watched that one completely through.
Okay, I really like that one.
I watched Boku no Hero Academia.
Very nice.
Well, it's still ongoing, of course, but I'm up to the current episode.
Academia, oh my god.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, how do you
MHA.
pronounce it?
Academia.
Yeah, like a normal person instead of the alien that Chris is. Okay.
Well, you know. Next on my list is Hajime no Ippo,
That's I enjoyed that one a lot.
or at least the 25 episode one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that looks super 80s.
Yeah, it's the first season's started way back, but the most recent season was like in 2013 or something like that. But it's a really solid show throughout.
I think it's ranked like, I don't know, top 100 on my anime list.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes, it's a very well respected show.
It's a well-respected piece of media. They do the punching,
Yeah.
and it's pretty good.
Yeah. Like, I haven't been watching that much anime in a bit, mostly because I spend so much time at the beach and, like, I'm spending a bit more time playing video games this time around, but a few of the shows I'm following right now are, this show going on right now is Made in Abyss, which is this really really interesting show, along with My Hero Academia, and I haven't seen this week's episode of Hajimete no Gal.
Oh my fucking god!
Stasha has quite a few things.
Can we talk about that for
wait,
a hot sec?
Wait, no. Let James talk about his week first.
Okay, that'll come later.
Oh god, yeah. Please hold back the titties for 2 seconds. Holy shit. I really, honestly, I'm boring as fuck. I've been working a lot this week, as every week. I am so excited that I'm going to be back home for a week. Not this next week, but the week after. Because, holy shit. I don't know. I think it's been good to do a lot of stuff this summer, but it totally burns you out after a while.
Totally.
I know the feeling, dude.
Yeah. And I realized that this semester is going to be hell because the students are finally starting to move into the place that I work. And they seem to... There is about a 5-string of just, like, fireball bottles that were broken in the parking lot that I had to fucking clean up with 5 other people. And I'm like, oh dear God, this is going to be my semester. My semester is going to be cleaning up broken booze bottles from the weekend, and I know this is what's going to happen. So if you ever do that, I'm going to cut your nuts off. To anyone listening, don't do it. Don't do it. Just put it in the recycling bin. Reuse, recycle. Don't smash it on the parking lot, or someone has to clean it up. You fuck. But that's pretty much my week, and I got some fancy ST. So
there you go.
Okay, let's talk about. You can talk about your titties now. You can talk about them.
Okay, can we finally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stasha, I think Stasha is. He has like a bunch of pent up grievances with this show. It sounds like
it's so terrible. All right, so like, I mean, okay, obviously, that kind of show is kind of like low on the bar anyway. Like, you know, you don't watch that show for its plot. I mean, or that kind of show for its plot. Nobody does.
Plot, but quotation marks.
It's so well, exactly. It's so bad. There is no plot, and when I say zero plot, I mean there's like. Literally, the only plot present is stuff to string together the weird and awkward moments in that show.
Literally, I don't, like, I kind of had the same problem because, like, I tried watching High School DxD, like, a few months ago, and I dropped it, like, 5 episodes in because, and, like, I'm looking at my anime list right now, and the notes I put on it, on the, like, the tag section said, if it said, what does it say? I might be able to actually understand what this show is going for if I wasn't too busy jacking off the whole time. And so pretty much, like, I don't pay attention at all as to what's happening in the show. I'm just enjoying the titties and ass. That's just me.
Yeah, but can you even do that with Hajimete no Gal? Because it's like... All right. So literally, like, I guess spoilers if you want to watch this terrible show, but like, the main girl catches the protagonist cheating twice.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And each time, it's like they build it up for like 2 minutes. It's like, first of all, like, there's this girl sitting on top of this guy, and he's like, "Oh, I don't know what to do. It's going to ruin my relationship. I can't do anything about it. I can't move. Whatever." And it's like, okay.
Please,
and then
please do not jack off into the microphone.
Kevin, can you wait until after the podcast?
I know you're definitely looking at it right now.
I'm watching this.
Well, okay, but so like it catches him cheating twice, right? And it's just like 2 minutes where like she figures it out, and then everyone's like, "Oh no, like, oh, what's gonna happen? Like, oh, my friend, whatever, my girlfriend," and then it's just gone. Like there's no song and dance after that. It's literally just like, oh, everything's fine now. We're gonna continue on our way. Yeah, no, I mean, like, so yeah, you were cheating on me with my friend, so it's totally fine. Like, there's nothing to worry about. She does this all the time, you know. It's whatever. And literally both times, it's like that's what happens. And it even gets to the point where like one of the pieces of dialogue in that anime is like. The protagonist says something like, "Oh, oh, she didn't realize that we were talking about this, so it's fine. As his shirt is, like, ripped in half, and she's sitting on top of him. So it's like, the whole show is just a joke, honestly.
Now, here's a question I have. To Kevin specifically. Would you be able to watch the show if you put a mirror directly behind your monitor?
What?
If you had to look at yourself out of the corner of your eye while you were watching this garbage, could you do it?
This is really...
I feel like you would just, like, look at the titties and then look at yourself and look at the titties and just realize, just like, there are better things out there.
Yeah, like straight up hentai.
Yeah, just support your local, I don't know. Is that really called support?
Support your local hentai?
Yeah, exactly. Support your local anime show.
Support AJ.
Please support the titties. They're so giant, their backs must be hurting so much. Dear God.
So what you're telling me, Stasha, is that the show is so bad, it might as well be hentai.
Well, that's the thing. That is the thing.
That's the biggest issue with this show.
It's almost hentai, but it's not hentai, which means it is worthless in every respect.
If it went all the way into straight up hentai, it would like, if it had the balls to like just be a full on hentai, then...
Yeah, that's really the problem here, is that the creators just aren't bold enough. Their vision just isn't bold enough. That's really the problem here, Kevin.
Well, but the thing is that, like, all hentais have terrible plot, and so it would be fine. You know, that show would fall right into the mix, and no one would care. But it's an anime, and it just doesn't have any substance whatsoever.
Have you watched Bible Black?
No.
I have not.
No, I don't think so.
I have not, but I'm curious.
Isn't that like a really old one?
I think so, yeah.
I've never heard you sound more coy than you fucking be like, I'm curious about this. I really want to expand my artisanal titty repertoire.
It's not on my anime list yet, goddammit. And I keep that thing updated.
You've been watching at 3 a.m. You're up there like, are they gonna update it? Where's
It's literally all Kevin.
Oh God!
All right, so I guess that's it for what we've been up to.
Yeah.
lately.
Yeah, definitely.
That's that.
All right,
Let's not
so
talk about
now
this ever again.
we're gonna talk about. We'll just go around the horn and be like, okay, this is the story of my life. I don't know.
Let's talk about our first anime.
Okay, yeah.
God, first anime. I have to do a little bit of research.
Okay, I'll start off with that. Okay, so like, I'm not gonna count like Naruto and Pokemon and that kind of stuff because that everyone watched that stuff back in like elementary school.
That is true.
Everyone watched that. So I actually remember there was this one time it was like sometime in high school, but I was hanging out with all of you guys in Chris's house, and we were watching the first episode of Attack on Titan, and pretty much like we all had the same reaction to it. Like we were like, oh my god, this is fucking intense. This is crazy. And then I was like, huh, wow. So I haven't proceeded to watch anime for a while until like the summer after, and like I was like, I'm not really sure what I should do when I'm not at the beach. So I thought to myself, maybe I'll try watching the Attack on Titan show. And I proceeded to watch the whole thing in like 2 days.
I think I remember that, actually. I think I remember you talking to me about that.
Yeah. And then, so yeah, Attack on Titan was I guess you can say it was my first anime, and I guess it's like the first anime to a lot of people because it had such a massive worldwide appeal. It's crazy. And then after that, I watched Full Metal Alchemist. I think that was the second anime I watched. And I'm not sure what the anime I watched after that was, but I just started watching everything at that point because I just enjoyed the medium so much.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That makes a lot of sense. I feel like everyone's first anime is can be found in like a Hot Topic or Newburgh Comics for our part of the country.
Yeah. I remember like seeing some people in our high school wearing like an Attack on Titan sweatshirt. It had like the
yeah.
Yes, I remember that person.
It had like the Survey Corps logo on the back, and I'm like,
That's the accurate reaction. Yes.
What shit taste, you say, as you watch Hajime no fucking Gal?
I watched it for different reasons.
Oh yes, different reasons.
I'm just fucking with you. Okay. Stasha, how about you?
I guess that's the brief story for me. How about someone else?
Yeah. I'm interested to hear Stasha, actually.
Oh, I'm not.
Oh,
boy. I'm pretty sure, like, it's... I don't know, I started watching anime definitely in high school. I can't remember if it was, like, freshman or sophomore year, but I think, the show that I started with was another, like, crappy, ecchi series. I think it was called, like, Heaven's Lost Property or some shit like that.
Oh, that just sounds bad.
It was bad, but the thing is, like, I watched it and I'm like, okay, you know, like, I don't know how I feel about this, but it's like, it's a cartoon that's not for children, right? And I think that's kind of, you know, anime is a medium that's like, it's animation, but it's for all kinds of audiences.
Exactly,
so,
yeah.
It was, the content of the show obviously was not great, but, like, it got me into it because I'm like, holy shit, there are a ton of shows like this. Or at least ones that are better.
Yeah.
So that's how I got into it. And I think after that, you know, I was pretty much hooked.
I'm not sure, like, when you think about it, like, when you think of, like, I think anime is, like, one of the most prolific mediums out there. Like, there's more anime coming out at like, a certain rate than, like, any other, I think. Like, maybe... I'm not sure. It's just that...
Well, it's definitely very popular. Right?
Yeah, there's just so much of it coming out, like, every few months.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see now versus, like, I listen to a lot of people in media that started watching anime, like, back in the fucking, like, early aughts and 90s, you know?
Yeah.
And, like, had to root around video stores and shit, or good old Cartoon Network bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy to see now you can get a subscription to a website and you have like every season you have like 3 or 4 new shows. Yeah, it really is kind of crazy to see that rate increase compared to when you listen to people talk about the early days of anime when we really had to root around in video stores and or had to stay up to like fucking like midnight and shit, you know?
Ooh, video stores.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you guys know if there's like a spoof Twitter account called like The Last Blockbuster or something like that?
Okay.
It's pretty funny.
I have not seen that, but I have seen the Blockbuster Zimbabwe. Have you ever seen that Twitter account?
Wait, what? What is that?
There is still, I believe, Blockbuster.
I'm gonna look this up.
Maybe it's fake, or it's something like Blockbuster Zimbabwe.
Like, okay, the most recent tweet from Last Blockbuster is, I saw the manager of Hollywood Video at Walmart, and he had his kid on one of those leashes.
Alrighty.
Alright, so, yeah, so, like, gonna comment on what Stasha was saying, because, like, before I got into anime... It's just that, like, I would see it on TV occasionally. Like, it would be, like, it was probably, like, a Ghibli movie playing at some point. And, like, I think, like, because this is how I felt at the time, and I'm sure this is how most people who aren't really into anime when they see it, is that it just looks like the anime art style just can be a little strange to get into.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
That's definitely how I felt when I first saw it. I was like, I'm not really sure.
Yeah.
How I could.
There's
Yeah. Of course, it's like now I think that's extremely presumptuous just to judge something based on that, but like that was how I felt as a fool.
Goddamn fool. Yeah.
It's understandable though, because I mean, anime, even now is still heavily ostracized. Like, not to say that it shouldn't be or whatever. I'm not arguing for or against that, but it's like people who don't understand what it is think it's really bizarre.
Yeah,
and would rather not be associated with it. So,
like you like talk about anime, and they look at you like you killed their family or something like that.
Well, right. It's like they label you as some kind of weird person, but
Yeah.
it's like there's obviously nothing wrong with watching anime.
Exactly. It's just another form of media to enjoy.
There's a lot of prejudice against it, really.
Exactly.
It's looked at as childish, maybe.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of actually pop culture nowadays, I mean, maybe it's just like the weird fucking hole of the internet I've dug myself into, but I feel like it's really become ingrained in some of the pop culture, especially when you take a look at I think the McGarrows, maybe not the McGarrows, but just like a lot of people I see online grew up with things like Sailor Moon and Pokemon and shit like that. I mean, like really the mainstream anime. And so, sure, I think a lot of people probably don't watch anime, but I feel like it really has seeped, some of the aesthetics and some of the humor has seeped into modern day pop culture in the mainstream. Especially when you take a look at, I think cartoonists and artists especially have grown up with anime and had that influence them. I think I haven't really watched it too much, but maybe Steven Universe, I think, has some influences.
That's like one that's a show that like everyone keeps telling me to watch, but I just
same.
Haven't.
For me, it became like too much of like a Tumblr kind of cultural feeding frenzy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to touch it until it calms down.
Wait, what does that even mean?
I don't know. I really noticed that like when things that catch on Tumblr, and things that catch on the internet in general, it seems to be kind of the hype builds on itself until it becomes, eventually it crashes entirely down where the fandom and the people that enjoy it become fucking insufferable.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I kind of mean by feeding frenzy.
Exactly what you mean.
Yeah. You probably all have seen it, and people listening have seen it happen multiple times. And it definitely happened with Steven Universe, and I think it's a really cool show, but I've just stayed away from it for that exact reason.
Because of the fan base, yeah.
Yeah. But I think shows like that, and probably a lot of other places that, even Robin Williams was a giant Evangelion fan.
Yeah.
Is seeped into
I feel like a lot of
mainstream.
celebrities are actually into anime. Like, there was this post on the anime subreddit a few days ago, and it just had Rihanna, that really popular Barbados singer.
Yeah, Rihanna, yeah.
Yeah, you might have heard of her.
Maybe you've heard of her.
You might have heard of her. But there's this post, and that she just, had these outfits, and she looked like, her outfit one time, she looked like Gon from Hunter x Hunter, like the way that her hair was set up. There was another time where she looked like, they were all Hunter x Hunter characters, but one, she looked like Gon. Another one, she looked like the, one of the people from the Phantom Troop, the one with the vacuum cleaner. And
yes.
Oh yeah.
I forget who the other one was. There was another one, I think. But there were three of them, and it's 3 times that's happened, and you gotta think that can't be coincidence. She's gotta be a fan.
Also, Kevin, it's gone, not gone. Just wanted to correct you on
I'm
that.
sorry, Academia. Don't put that evil on me. Don't give me shit for that. Okay, so Wait, James, did you talk about how you got into anime?
I have not.
Okay.
Okay. So, how I got into it is entirely because of Chris. Entirely because of Chris. I can't remember exactly how this happened, but Chris got me set up with the good old fucking VLC media player.
Hey!
VLC.
And
Gotta love
a whole season of Gurren Lagann.
I love that show.
Yep, and that's how I started. I watched that, and then I was like, wow, this is cool. And I think for the next 6 months, I was constantly watching, I think it was about sophomore year of high school, would you say? I was just watching, I think, all Funimation shows. I went through nearly the entire Funimation catalog that was free to watch on their website. And I remember now, I just remember this as we were talking about this, but I did watch, one of the first anime I did watch was immediately after this, I went on a road trip out to visit family out in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Is it Fooly Cooley?
No, it was School Days.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I never finished it, but I remember being in hotel rooms, like, with my parents there, but I had my iPhone, or iPod at the time, the old fucking iPod, and, I was, like, just sneaking watching, like, episodes of School Days in the 1 out of 3 on YouTube, you know? When it's, like, it's on YouTube, but it's, like, School Days, episode 1, part 1 of 3.
Oh, one of those.
Like, yeah, like, that level of just, like, the worst way to watch anime, yeah, that's what I started out with, but I remember being really fucking psyched about it.
Did it have Chinese subtitles?
It might have, honestly. I can't remember. But I never was horrified by it because I never got to the end. So I watched people talk about School Days later and I was like, oh, I kind of like that show. Why is everyone shitting on it? I mean, it was crazy, but like... And then I just never realized. And then from there, I fucking...
Yeah, that stuff gets dark.
Yeah,
I never watched that show myself, so I can't really judge it.
It's kind of depressing.
It kind of is.
But,
I think I made it like halfway to where it really... Right before it really started to get dark.
Yeah, you might have been the one to introduce me to that, because I watched it probably within my first year of watching anime.
Fuck, I'm sorry, dude.
It's all your fault.
Yeah.
And I watched it to the end.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
That was a fun experience.
Oh, God. So that's how I started out with anime, and then I've just been with it ever since. I don't know if it's with you all, but I feel like we all kind of go through the periods of... We watch anime a lot for like a month or two, and then we're like, there's nothing else. Anime is dead. And then we stop watching it for another couple of months, and then we're back on, you know?
It's
that was kind of me this month. I was saying that was me this month. You know, I, after a couple of months of not watching anything whatsoever, other than a couple of
One Piece
shows I watch every week. Yes, One Piece. I just kind of binge watched multiple shows in a row.
Yeah.
It feels fucking good. Those are like the best months.
Definitely. Like, I'm not sure if it's like applies to you guys, but like when it comes to me and my distractions, it's like I completely devote myself to this one thing. So it's like I never usually play video games and watch anime at the same time. Usually I only do one of those things for like a few months on their own. And that's why I haven't really been into the gaming scene for a really long time, because I was just so busy watching anime the whole time. But I've been playing the Mass Effect games for a little bit, and I was like, oh my god, this is freaking amazing. And I haven't really just watched that much anime for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, totally. I'm the same way. I mean, I think I switch back and forth more often, but yeah, I follow that.
Yeah.
Wait, so like James, for I'm not sure why, but like I know that you're a big fan of Fooly Cooley. I'm not sure, but like, I think I remember either Stasha I think Ustashu told me this, but like he like kind of sent away saying like James is into Fooly Cooley and that's some weird shit or something like that.
I'm sure I phrased it exactly like that.
And he's like, he's into that kind of show.
James is a weirdo. You should avoid him.
And you're right. And here we are, and it's a fucking mistake that you're here. Yeah, I fucking
Like,
love Fooly Cooley.
That was just me saying. I mean, like, I watched Fooly Cooley myself, and like, everything just went over my head. Like, I wasn't really sure what they were going for. So that's why I really want to watch it again. And like,
Yeah.
yeah. Plus, it's only 6 episodes, so like,
Yeah, it's like nothing. I would. I don't know. I really haven't watched it in a while, like all the way through, and I fucking should because it's amazing. But I don't know. I totally understand that you didn't get what they're going for because they went for everything and nothing at the same time. Yeah, you wouldn't
It's
get
like-
what they were going for because they just went for everything. Whatever they wanted to fucking go for, they did. It was wild.
yeah. It's like, that's why, like, when you, like, watch a show, it's like, I think you kind of have to take a little bit of, like, not just for, like, anime, but for, like, works of art in general. It's just that, like, you kind of take a little bit of responsibility of, like, whether you just don't like something, or maybe you just missed the point entirely of what the artist or creator was going for. So that's why I'm like trying to be more mindful of how I look at shows and how I view them.
Yeah. Also, it's just fucking crazy. It's just batshit.
Mainly
It's just batshit crazy. And I think it helps that I watched it at like between midnight and 4 a.m., I believe.
Oh, okay.
So I just like...
Well, that's like the perfect time frame to watch it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
And I just fucking like wasn't trying to make any assumptions about it, and I was just like, I want to watch something. Here's the thing. I think maybe it was Funimation. I don't know. Again, Funimation days of me just going through the website and just seeing what I could. And I watched it, and I was like, wow. And it wasn't really me being like, yes, this is a fine piece of media. It was just me just like fucking like looking at the crazy colors and being like, and just like really, really digging it.
I want that as my ringtone.
Yeah.
Speaking of Fully Cooley, there's supposed to be a new season coming out. or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. Yeah, when is that coming out? Does anyone know?
Probably to be announced or something.
I think it's good. Probably
Yeah.
be within the year. Because, like, it's not like you announce a show and you don't, like, actually release it for a little while.
Winter 2014.
I expect it would come out, like, fairly soon. But, one thing that's nice about it, though, is that, like, they're keeping the old band that they had to play the music in the first Fooly Cooley. And one thing I'll say about Fooly Cooley is that the music is awesome. I love the music.
Fuck yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, they're called the Pillows, I believe.
Yeah, the pillows.
The fuck. That's also, I mean, I'm a big music buff. That's I think, why I got into it as well. Why I was so much like about it too, is because the music is fucking kick ass as shit. And I think, I mean, a lot of my favorite pieces of media, a lot of all of our favorite pieces of media has kick ass music. I mean, Persona has kick ass music, and it's like,
that's
any anime
true.
with good ass intro or like music is like fucking got me.
That's where half my music collection comes from.
Yep, same.
God, Chris, your flack collection.
Maybe there was a reason we were all in band.
Maybe.
Sorry, what was
and
that?
It's because we were all just if only we were good at making music. Actually, I mean, we were pretty good for the first 3 years.
First 3 years.
We were pretty good. Anyway, Chris, what I meant to say is that your flack collection should probably be in a museum. At this point.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's not that wonderful. I just very meticulously organize my music folders and get the album artwork and the disc, scan of the disc, and then like, very carefully go through all of the music in an album, and then get rid of the, just pluck out the ones that aren't good and throw them away. And then, it's not a lot of time or effort I put into that. I totally put a lot of time and effort into that.
Just so much time and effort. Yeah, honestly. How big do you think? This might be just a bullshit question. If it's a bullshit question, then just say, I don't fucking know. But how big, in terms of, like, memory size, do you think your music collection is?
Well, I don't have too many songs. I'd probably say it goes up to like 500 or something right now.
Oh, shit. That's not too many 500.
But,
Sure,
let's see, file size. I would go for 20 gigabytes at most.
Okay, so like
That's not bad.
ridiculous.
Not too much. I mean, with increasing hard drive sizes that we're getting, it's not really an issue.
Yeah, not at all. Chris, while we have your sexy voice going, how did you first get into anime?
Oh, well, I'd consider my first show really Gurren Lagann as well. That's why I showed it to you. But that's not really the truth, because, I mean, like Kevin said, all of us really watched, Pokemon and their shows.
Wait, have you watched Gurren Lagann before you watched One Piece?
No, I'm pretty sure I watched One Piece before Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
Because I was watching it back on Toonami when it was still... I guess it's around again. But, so I was watching that, and I don't know, I think I watched it kind of haphazardly. I remember seeing certain episodes and like skipping to other areas and going back and forth. When I finally decided to watch One Piece, I binge watched like 600 episodes within the span of a month.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, dude.
And you came out a changed man. You are not the same person.
It's kind of sad that I've watched through pretty much all of the episodes multiple times.
What?
Most people can't even do that.
I can't even watch all the episodes as they are.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've got too much free time.
I kind of want to read One Piece at some point. Not watch.
It might be the better option at this point.
Yeah, because like you would just spend so much time just going at the pace of like the 24-minute episode clip.
Yeah, especially in the last couple 100 episodes where they do a intro song that's 2 minutes and 30 seconds instead of the standard 1 minute and 30 seconds. And then they have a a thing showing what happened last episode at the beginning. And the actual episode starts kind of around the 5-minute mark.
And then you have the ending song.
No, actually, they don't have an ending song anymore.
Oh, really?
When they changed the opening to 2:30, they removed the ending song.
Oh, okay.
But it doesn't change the fact that they kind of
They're kind of
stick
padding
a lot of
for time.
padding with silences and people staring at each other and going, "Nani?" So yeah, you get like 5 minutes of actual episode every episode.
Jesus, man.
That's... Wow.
But the first 500 episodes of the show are great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The first 500. Yeah. Totally a classic.
Everyone's seen those.
I still remember the one punch of the underwater. I mean, it's all fucking underwater, but the underwater slaver guy who was kind of like Bikini Bottom, but not. I think it was around the 555 episode.
SpongeBob, my favorite anime.
Let's see. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about Fishman Island?
Yes, I think it was after a big time jump, or right before. Where Luffy did
right
that
after the
fucking
time jump. So yeah,
awesome
that would be
hunt.
Fishman Island.
Yeah.
I think that's when you stopped watching it.
Yeah, I think that's when I was like, I can't do it. Have you watched through all of the episodes multiple times, including the flashback ones?
Okay, no, I have not done that.
Okay, so you
I
look
watched
yourself.
through the entire show once, and then I think I've actually possibly watched a large chunk like a third time as well. But like the second time, I kind of skipped like the first arc or two, and then I skipped all the filler arcs, and then I skipped all the flashback episodes. There's like a whole 10 of them at one point in a row.
God,
So-
I think I remember that. I think that's why I stopped.
But yeah, I'd say I've probably watched the show approximately 2.5 times now.
Nice. Which is a fucking feat. What do you say is your favorite arc out of One Piece? Let's say the first 500 episodes.
Oh, first 500. Okay, let's see. Well, actually, those are all the good ones.
Yeah, I would assume it's probably
About this.
from those. So
I'd say that the most memorable one would be the Water 7 arc.
let me look up a picture.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, let me look. I'm going to Google a picture of the Water 7 arc, and I swear to God, it will come all rushing back. Oh, yeah, that one was fucking cool.
Yeah. That's probably one of the best areas of the show. But there was also the Alabasta arc, where they're in a desert.
Oh, yeah.
That one was pretty good, too.
The giant croc dude. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a good show. You now made me want to watch it again.
My favorite arc is when he stretches his arm and punches people.
That's a really good arc, Kevin. That's my favorite.
That was quite an original opinion right there.
My favorite arc is when SpongeBob goes to Squidward's house.
I have not watched One Piece, so
Yeah, neither have I.
yeah.
What if they did replace Luffy with SpongeBob and we did all 500 episodes?
Walking on the beach.
The plot of One Piece with a SpongeBob cast.
It's terrible.
It'd be great if they randomly subbed him out with SpongeBob with no explanation for like one episode, and then just randomly went back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be pretty fucking good. I mean, they might have well has done that with some of the arcs, some of the filler arcs. They got weird.
Yeah. So, like, here's a question. So, like, we've all gotten to anime around, like, early/mid high school. So, how do you guys, your tastes, how have they changed? Or have they changed at all, honestly?
That's a good question.
Because, like, when it comes to me, it's not like I'm not sure. It's kind of weird. I'm not even sure if I have a taste or anything.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's just that if like, because like I watch a diverse range of shows. Like I've seen Attack on Titan, I've seen Perfect Blue, I've seen Panty Stocking with Garter Belt, I've seen Samurai Champloo, Cowboy Bebop, Kuroko no Basket, like Gintama. That's my favorite show, and like some of the Fate stuff, fucking Clanad, and I don't know, some of the more recent stuff. But it's not like I like a specific genre or like anything like that. It's just that, like, if I find what the show is going for interesting and if they pull it off, then I can see myself watching pretty much anything.
for me. Pretty much as long as it's not slice of life, I'll watch it. Pretty much.
You don't like slice of life?
I mean, I'm okay with it, but
Okay.
I definitely do not watch that on a regular basis or anything.
Yeah,
Putting
true.
up the fisticuffs, man. Putting up the fisticuffs.
That's funny because like my brother, my little brother, who I've actually gotten into anime after showing him, after I told him about Your Name, the new Makoto Shinkai film that took the world by storm quite a few months ago. But literally all he watches is slice of life, and it's crazy. I've told him, have you thought about like watching other stuff? And he's, I don't know, I guess like because right now like he just finished high school, and pretty much all of slice of life is high school. So maybe he's still able to relate in that way. I don't know. I'm looking at his list. I'm looking at his
He
list
wants
right
to
now.
stand in the shoes of a Japanese person.
He wants
High school life.
He wants to be the protagonist who sits on the back seat corner by the window.
Fuck.
Let me
Yep.
see. He's seen, okay, Anohana, Barakamon, Clannad, Nozaki-kun, Silver Spoon, Golden Time, that Euphonium show.
Oh, ABK, yeah.
Yeah. Your Lie in April, Haruhi Suzumiya, Toradora, Snafu.
Snafu.
Yeah, Snafu's good.
Snafu is.
Yeah. Yeah, basically, the only stuff that isn't slice of life on this list is like, let's see, what on his plan to watch, he's got No Game No Life, Psychopaths, From the New World.
Oh,
And if-
that one is
The New World's
awesome.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time since I watched that show. Also
It
known
hurts
as
my heart to watch that show.
also known as Shinsekai Yori, which is that's a intense show. Yeah, so like he's only got a few shows that aren't slice of life, and that's probably from me telling him watch other stuff. I command you, because oh my god.
Yeah.
Take away his computer access until he watches the show you tell him to.
I really want. Yeah, I'm really glad he wants to watch. He has Psychopaths on his plan to watch. That's one of my favorite shows.
To me, it's kind of forgettable.
Really?
Just me.
Really? Fuck you.
Man, you really are fucking putting out the fist today, Chris.
Well,
You're all
Don't
about
like
the-
slice of life.
Y'all
The
about
reason I
the-
say it's
Kevin
forgettable
show.
is just because I don't remember half of it. It's like
I mean-
usually a
I
good
mean-
show stays in my mind for a while.
I mean, like, I guess I can kind of understand that. I just really enjoyed that show, but yeah, too long. Didn't watch the podcast for the past 5 minutes. I don't really have a defined taste. I can pretty much watch any show as long as I find what the show is going for interesting, and if they're able to pull it off
Yeah.
nicely. So yeah.
I think that's kind of like.
How about you
I
guys?
think
That's a good baseline for like tastes, you know. I think I'm kind of the same. I definitely am like more like your brother because I like slice of life a lot. I can't
Yeah,
tell you
yeah.
why.
We all have our
Uh,
preferences, of course, I guess, but like, yeah.
But I mean, I've just changed mostly from when I started. Is I've stopped being like I want to shove just all this garbage in my fucking hot mouth. In terms of like just like watching things, and now I start to like be like, you know what? I don't. That looks shit. I'm not gonna watch that. But like, yeah, a lot of slice of life, and I especially like a lot of things that kind of have good message or like a particularly strong suit, either like really good art, really good character development, really good music, or just like a really good kind of message.
Yeah.
I really like shows like Mushishi. I don't know if
I
that's just
have
great.
that. I have that on my plan to watch.
yeah.
I've been.
I never got around to watching the second season though.
Me neither, but I just started and it's really cool. But like, yeah, I mean, just like I kind of want a lot more serious stuff, a lot more psychological stuff. Um, good. I like good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I really like shows that like kind of have they don't shy away from like delving into like I don't really want to sound pretentious or anything like that, but like shows kind of like Ghost in the Shell and Psychopaths to an extent in which they like comment on these really big ideas.
Yeah,
Like
it's good
it can
shit.
get really like it can get really philosophical at points. And I just really enjoy that stuff.
Yeah, it's really good stuff, especially 90s. Yeah, 90s stuff, especially 90s, early 2000s, that like tackle with that kind of like deep question, like especially like the internet stuff. Anything that deals with kind of like early internet, like we don't know what the fuck this technology can do.
Have you watched Serial Experiments Lane?
Yes, and it's so good.
I haven't watched it, but like like it seems to be like consensus is it's like the go-to mindfuck anime.
Yeah, it super is. It's super that I mean that's kind of exactly what I was thinking of when I was talking earlier.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
totally is like we don't know what
yeah.
the fuck the internet is and what it'll
Yeah.
do and what it can do. It's like kind of Second Life the anime, where it's like a whole bunch of potential and it just goes in all sorts of weird fucked up directions. So that's my taste.
Yeah.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. That's
I watched a single episode of Serial Experiments Lane, and I dropped it.
Chris hot takes. Fucking on the hot takes today. God damn, motherfucker.
I'm sorry.
Was it just like too much? Like, did it feel like it was trying too hard?
It was a while back when I watched it, but I was watching the episode, and I was like, what am I watching right now? I feel like I'm tripping on something, you know? It's like I'm spacing out really bad.
yeah.
It's hard to explain. I don't know.
Yeah.
It just it didn't capture me at all. It just
Yeah, it's just like
too much.
Yeah, I totally get that. You need to be in the right mood and the right kind of mindset, and you have to kind of like be ready to appreciate like.
Yeah, that's
just,
like
the
whenever
bullshit.
you guys like ask me for like a show to watch, that's why I always say, what are you in the mood for? Because like I don't want to recommend you guys a show that's like one of my favorites. Then if you guys aren't in the mood for that kind of stuff, you'll be like, this was shit.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'd compare it to?
What?
Compare it to the last episode of Evangelion.
Ooh, no, that was a fucking fantastic piece of anime, man. Fuck you. It was good.
You're saying the last episode of Evangelion was good?
Yes.
That's another show I have to rewatch, just like Fooly Cooley, because both shows are like both in the same way. I knew the like what the themes were in Evangelion and like what the tone was and stuff like that, but like I felt like I was missing something, and that's why I got to I really want to go back and watch it.
Yeah, you really, really should. It's awesome. Especially because I feel like you're beginning to kind of appreciate that shit more.
Yeah, because like back when I watched that stuff, I haven't really paid much mind to stuff like that. Like now I definitely feel like I'm much more artistically aware, in which that like back when I first started watching, I kind of only viewed anime as pure entertainment. Not that it's a bad thing, like not that that's a bad thing. Like sometimes the artistic intent behind a show is to just be entertaining, but like I haven't really paid much mind to like what kind of messages the stories behind the shows are trying to communicate and stuff like that. But now I'm trying to like be more aware of that stuff. So that's why I wanted to rewatch a bunch of shows.
Yeah, good too, fucker man. I feel like you'll really start to appreciate some old gems if you do that.
Yeah. Should we?
Sorry.
Yeah, because like.
Should we what?
Yeah, because like Stash hasn't said anything for like the past 20 minutes because
No, it's all good.
Stasha doesn't watch that much anime relative to us, so maybe we should like start talking about how he got into video games. Maybe.
Yeah, Stasha. Here's your task.
Okay, sure.
How do you start with Persona, and what were your first thoughts?
Persona. Well, you were the one who introduced me to Persona.
Yeah, I was, wasn't I?
Yeah, we went over this in episode 0, but I'll
It's okay because
so,
that episode was garbage.
And well, that's just how it is. But yeah, so like you introduced me to Persona. I think it was when you were into the what were they called, like endurance runs?
Yeah.
Of like watching people play games like in their entirety, and I think like you floated Persona by me, and I'm like, okay, that's cool, like whatever. And then I didn't like do anything with it for a while, and then I went over to your house at one point, and you showed me Persona 3.
Mm-hmm.
Like we played a little bit of Tartarus, which is like the worst portion of the game to show somebody.
How did you
if you're trying to get them into
from
it.
Tartarus? Oh God!
I know, right? But like it was interesting, and I'm like, okay, I could kind of see this. Like Tartarus is fun for the first 10 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And then it's just repetitive and boring. But yeah, so you showed me that, and I went home and I thought about it, and I'm like, I have a PS2. I could just run to GameStop and get Persona 4. So I did. And then I was hooked on the series. Like I spent an entire month playing Persona 4. Like basically every waking hour of the day that I wasn't busy doing something.
A month?
I was playing Persona.
That took me 2 weeks.
I got really into it, dude. Like, I wasn't trying to rush through the game. I was trying to play every piece of it.
Yeah, Persona 4, I think, is the best game to start out with.
I
Definitely.
agree. It's definitely the most... Well, I think Persona 5 is definitely accessible as well.
It is accessible. I don't know. I feel like... So, 5 would be a good starting point now, but if you ever want to play 3... you have to play 4 first, because if you play 5 first, and that's your expectation of the game,
it'll probably destroy you.
Yeah, you'd go back to 3 or 4, and you'd be like, what is this?
That's why I'm hesitant right now to kind of go back and play any of the Persona 3, Persona 4, as sad as that sounds. Because, like, this is just because of the gameplay. Like,
well, right.
yeah, because, like, it's just so much... Ah!
That's how I feel when I try to play a lot of old games. It's like, after seeing all these really polished games, modern games,
Yeah.
it's really hard to get into an old game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very true. So, yeah, I would definitely say, Persona 4 is a good starting point, because then at least you don't mind going back to 3.
Exactly.
And if you played them once before, then you can play them again and appreciate them for their content, even if, like, not everything's up to date.
It seems like the ideal order to play would be Persona 4, Persona 3, then Persona 5, maybe.
Yeah.
I
agree with that, absolutely.
Yeah. Because Persona 3 was the first one that I played, and I played it in the most wrong way possible, in that I would try and level up each party member as much as I could. So I was just spending most of my time grinding in Tartarus, and I just was like, I can't do this anymore. I'm gonna become one with Tartarus. I'm gonna lose my mind. So I kind of just stopped playing. But then I got into Persona 4, and then it just kind of rekindled everything, so. Wait, what is that?
Oh, yep.
Hold on.
That is an accurate image of merging with Tartarus.
So, for
Chris.
listeners' viewing pleasure, I just linked what I assume Kevin felt inside during the entirety of Persona 3, and that is the Indiana Jones face melt scene.
Are we able to,
it's pretty accurate.
Are we able to put that?
Yeah, we could probably just edit that in later.
Yeah.
Okay. Edit. Here, I'm
Make
gonna
that the
clap
thumbnail.
here. I'm gonna clap here, and
Please no.
Stasha, when you see this clap, edit in the face melt.
Wait, no, it's not me.
No, I'll be
clap.
doing the video. Stasha's doing the audio.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
Yeah, Chris, just write down a timestamp.
Okay.
there you go. There you fucking
Please
go.
clap.
Please clap.
Did somebody clap?
I did clap.
I swear to God.
Fucking clap. Oh, that's the worst way to do it. What I did with Persona 5 is, I'm not going to say... Persona 3. I'm not going to say too much, but there's a character that you cannot rely on, and I leveled up that character, and
no.
just relied completely on it, because I was like,
Oh.
this guy's awesome! Why would I...
He was really good.
Why would I ever need anyone else? And then didn't level any of my other party members.
Oh no.
And so I had to play that part of the game over again.
Oh.
So if you haven't played Persona 3, be suspicious of everything. That's all I'm going to tell you.
It is the least forgiving out of any of the games.
It's so hard. It's so hard. I think
Alright.
if going back, if I ever play Persona 4, which I probably will eventually, I won't have an issue with the combat, but I will want to play it just because of the story.
Definitely.
Persona 5 story
Yeah.
is amazing, but the characters in Persona 4 were, I think, the best.
Yeah, definitely. It had that just like tight knit crew aspect that like I really enjoyed.
Yeah, and Persona 4 is what I watched
100%.
in the beginning with the Giant Bomb Endurance run.
Yeah.
And I watched it. I mean, this is, and what's weird is that there was a good year or two gap, I'm guessing, before I told you about it, Stasha. Because I watched that with my
probably.
brother the summer before 9th grade. We would stay up late at night and watch it on the family computer downstairs, pull up chairs, and just watch these fuckers play Persona 4. And so that's also probably what kind of predisposed me to anime as well, honestly. Because I was like, I love this humor. It's so fucking wacky and shit. And I haven't seen anything from Japan before, and this is crazy. And
These
that's probably
Chinese
why.
cartoons are amazing.
Exactly. Wow, this Japan animation is really something, huh? Yeah, it's
Japanimation.
it's kind of weird is that there was a good gap between when I watched that and when I told you.
Yeah.
And here we are,
You're probably right.
winter 2014, finally playing Persona 5 for the first time.
Yes, we are. We are
God.
still in high school.
God, please, fuck.
Okay,
be
so let's not do too much on. We'll revisit Persona, I guess, another time because.
Yeah.
First of all, that first episode was garbage, but we can't really talk about it in depth right after.
I know, it's like we shouldn't do 2 consecutive episodes
Yeah.
of just Persona.
Yeah, so we'll do that another time. But like, let's go back to how we got into video games.
Sure.
Oh boy, okay.
Stasha, lead us off because you didn't say anything when we like got into the whole anime stuff.
Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, I was just interested in hearing what you guys had to say. But, yeah, video games, like, I can't remember. I think the first system that I had was probably a Game Boy Advance. And, I mean, like, it's so long ago that I barely even remember it, but, like, I probably, when I really, like, actually started getting into gaming was when I got a PS2. Like, PlayStation was my first, like, actual, console. And, I don't know, it was one of those things where, like, I wanted one, and my parents were like, I don't know. And I had to, like, beg them for, like, a month to get this stupid console so I could just play video games. And, that was actually back, like, when I was younger. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this, but, like, my parents, like, limited the amount of time that I could play video games to, like, 1 hour per day.
Gotta love that parenting.
So, it was probably a good idea, but, since I'm actually in the industry of games now, they don't care. But it's like, I would get 1 hour a day, and it would be sort of, it was interesting because I started with games like I think one of the first PS2 games I played was Spyro.
Nice.
And I don't know if you guys have played the Spyro series at all.
I've seen my roommate play it multiple times through on our PS3 downstairs.
It's
I've played the PS2 one. Can't remember what it was called actually. Just that it was one of the Spyro games.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. There's like 3 or 4, I think, on PS2, and then they did one for PS3, and that all fell through. Like the newer ones sucked a lot, but the old ones were fantastic. Like they were some of the greatest pioneers, and I think in the gaming industry. But also games like Crash Bandicoot, which is also kind of topical now because they did the remake of 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. Which I still want to play. Like I need to play that, but I have to wait until I have access to my PS4 again, because that's back at school. But yeah, like Crash, Spyro, those games are great. I think the first like serious / like mature game that I played was probably Splinter Cell. Like that was one of the first games that I played, and I was like, oh shit, there's an entirely different side to gaming. Like, it's not just, these fun cartoon-esque type things. There's also, like, actual serious themes in video games and, like, action. And
yeah.
I don't know, from that point onward, like, I've enjoyed pretty much every genre of video game that I've come across. So.
Alright.
Yeah, there's serious elements to video games, such as men grunting and then shooting and crawling.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, no, it's crazy when you're
back in those days.
I don't have much to say though, because my first like rated M for mature game that I ever played was Oblivion. So,
oh my,
I got the good potato faces.
All right, let's see. My gaming, I think the first console I ever owned was like the OG Xbox. Like this giant, massive block. Nice. Literally a box. And my brother and I, we would play this... it was this Star Wars game, but like it was like...
Was it Battlefront?
It was not Battlefront. This was before Battlefront came out. But it was this weird game in which you would like control... It was like a vehicle combat game. And... you would just control these vehicles and shoot stuff. And there's like this co-op mode where you can like just shoot each other. that was pretty fun. To this day, I have no idea what the game is actually called. But I think that, to my memory, that was like the first game game I played. I also owned, I think after that, I had a GameCube, and what did I play on that? I didn't really play any of the good game, like the games we look back to, and now is great. I played the shitty TV show movie licensed games. Like one of the games I played was like some weird SpongeBob game.
God, I love them weird SpongeBob games.
Yeah, anime game adaptations are quite.
Kevin bought from the bargain bin at Walmart.
Honestly, then
those games were sometimes the best, though.
Oh god,
were they really?
Just like the shitty titles that you could play with friends and just be like.
Never forget Cabela's.
Oh my god, Cabela's like. Hunter demo or something like that we all played together.
There's like this dog or something. Oh. Togo?
Yeah.
Was it Togo?
Oh, I remember you guys talking about this.
So this was the story behind that was that
it was a shitty Uncharted knockoff.
It definitely was. It basically what we did was we were in high school. All 4 of us were in band. And I think it was like on the weekend or something. We had to go to this. We had like a concert, or not a concert, but like a. You guys remember there was like a
clinic or something.
We were being graded on our ability to perform.
Yeah.
there was some event that we had to go to, so Kevin and James came over to my house, and we spent like the entire night playing this terrible Cabela's adventure. That was just, or it might not have even been Cabela's, but it was some shitty survival game.
Oh no, it was Cabela's.
Like you had
It was Cabela's. It was Cabela's.
It was definitely
Yeah,
Cabela's.
for sure.
Okay. But you had to like navigate the tundra wilderness with your stupid dog Togo, who would clip in and out of the ground and like jump, like, and when I mean like jump cut to just being like on a mountain or something. It was probably one of the worst games I'd ever played.
It
That-
was
honestly,
so good.
It's pretty fun just being able to like go to GameStop and be like, what's the cheapest game you've got here, and seeing how awful it plays. But
But the
yeah.
thing is sometimes terrible games are like so terrible they're not even fun. They're not like funny to play. Like you need that perfect medium of terrible game that is just so hilarious for how bad it is.
Yeah.
So those are real gems
So
to
just
find.
playable with enough glitches.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Kevin?
So okay, so the Xbox, GameCube. At some point, there was a point where like I remember when the Nintendo Wii came out, and that was something that I like really wanted at the time, mainly just to play the Super Smash game that came out with it. I remember that I like wanted it so bad that I would just go onto YouTube and just look up all the final smashes of each character and just replay them because I thought they looked super cool.
Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, you got it bad.
Yeah, and then I actually got the game and I was like, oh.
I have no one to play it with.
This would be fun with more people.
The single player story mode is actually pretty enjoyable, but yeah. Then after that, I think I had a PS3 Slim, and I would just mainly played. That was when I got really into a Battlefield Bad Company 2. That was like
Oh yeah.
that was like my game for a very long time. I got really good at that. Oh, how could I have forgotten about? So like Star Wars Battlefront 2 was like my favorite game for like the longest time ever.
Yeah.
That was like yeah. I would like not play the I only played like the single player stuff. I didn't even know there was a multiplayer
I didn't either.
aspect to it. I would just play Galactic Conquest in like the quick battle modes all the time, and I just thought it was the coolest. I remember one time that like I just loved playing that game so much that I would just I would not go to the bathroom because I was so committed. So I would just piss my tidy whities, and my mom would get so mad.
No.
Oh my god.
Whoa.
That's
Was this like a repeat thing?
It happened once, I think.
Oh,
Okay.
And
okay.
she would not let it go.
I wouldn't let go either. Actually, I'm not going to let go from now on.
Little fucking
So
Battlefront
engrossed
piss
in
baby,
Battlefield.
motherfucker. God damn. Fuck.
But yeah,
Wow,
that was like
that's
that
some
was,
dedication.
yeah,
It is.
like
Did you
I
win? Did you win?
Was it worth it?
it's funny because it was all single player. I could have easily,
Paused it with no repercussions.
but I was just so engrossed in just playing it.
Oh,
I was
God.
like, yeah, I can just shoot these Ewoks.
Did you have any regret though? Like, did you sit there just like in your underwear, being like, "Oh, I shouldn't have
Dude,
done
I
that"?
didn't even
Or were
notice.
you just like,
Fuck. Next level. Next level.
Where's that meme where it's like the guy with a brain and it's like gets more and more intense with the. It's like
Fucking,
I know the one you're
yeah,
talking
that's
about.
the head explosion, top tier level.
like
Fucking-
playing Battlefront with an empty bladder all the way up to like pissing your pants and not noticing.
But yeah, so Star Wars Battlefront 2 was I guess like the first game that like I really really got into. Then it was Battlefield Bad Company 2. That was like the next game that I got really really into. Then I would play a few other games here and there. Like I remember playing Far Cry 3 at some point. Generally, a lot of the console games that I played were pretty forgettable. But now, here I am, and I like the Persona games are like, of course, like all of our favorite games. And now I have a trusty middle tier gaming laptop, so I'm able to play a bunch of cool games on Steam. Like, what are all my favorites right now?
Soda drinking simulator.
I think that's everyone's favorite.
Let's
Chris.
see. And what's weird is like I remember like a lot of the console games would be like these AAA titles, but like most of my favorites are like these indie. A lot of these are like either indie titles or like not really in the big AAA category. I mean, like I guess Shadow of Mordor, Metal Gear Rising, and Mass Effect are a AAA. Witcher is AAA. Witcher is definitely AAA.
Yes.
Yeah. But like those aside, like some of my favorites are like Bastion, Brothers.
Bastion's great.
Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. The Stanley Parable.
Oh yeah,
That's fun. That's good.
Play that baby game for 5 hours straight or whatever the amount of time is to get the true ending.
Yeah. I really enjoyed This War of Mine. That came out a while ago, though.
That was a great title.
Transistor, another one of Supergiant's titles.
It's on my list to play later.
Yeah, they have a new game out right now. It's called Pyre, and like from what I've heard, it's like totally different from what they've done with like Bastion and Transistor. Like the only thing that's the same is like the art and the music, but everything else is like totally different.
We don't get the nice narrator.
You don't have a nice narrator, and well, I guess you have the. I guess that's kind of a narrator, but it's not the same voice anyway. But I also like The Wolf Among Us, which is one of Telltale's games.
Probably Telltale's best game, to be honest.
Honestly, yeah. Like, what else do they do?
The Walking Dead, the first game was interesting because it was like a new type of storytelling, I guess.
Which came
And now
out?
there's like a bajillion Telltale games.
Which came out?
What was that?
Wait, which came out first, The Wolf Among Us or Walking Dead?
I think it was Walking Dead Season
Okay.
1. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure.
But yeah, I like The Wolf Among Us the most out of all their titles too, because I think the rest of their games have like some kind of license attached to it. I mean, like I'm not sure if The Wolf Among Us has some kind of license attached to it, but like you have like Telltale Walking Dead, Telltale Game of Thrones, and now there's a Telltale Batman, I think.
They have all kinds of kind of like movie or show remakes.
Yeah.
So I get what
Yeah.
you mean. It's like that was like their original
Yeah.
content, but I'm not even sure if that was the case.
I'm
Like,
not sure
I don't know
either,
if Wolf
but-
Among Us was original.
Yeah,
I'm
not
pretty
sure.
sure they have a Telltale Borderlands too.
Yeah, they do. They
do,
actually. But let's see, what else? What else do I like? I'm just looking through my Steam library, looking at all the games I will never play.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but yeah, those are a lot of the games that I like enjoyed. I still have some games on my to play list. Like there's this game called Inside that like got a lot.
I watched a playthrough of that.
That got like a lot of attention. I've not played Ori and the Blind Forest yet. I've not played Civ 5 yet. I haven't played Soma yet. That's one that like Stasha, my friend from UNH, Evan, keep telling me to play.
Yeah, that was a good
Okay.
I
game.
played that one.
Soma.
Oh, yeah, I think I watched a playthrough of that, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, whatever. That's my hot take for the day. So it was unforgettable.
And then there's one that Stasha keeps telling me to play is Tales of Berseria, and that's
Oh,
Yeah.
yep.
What kind of game is
yeah.
that?
So that's me and my gaming experiences. Stay tuned for my Mass Effect video, which will come out in 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you added a 0 there.
The original estimate was 2 years, and now we're at 20 years.
We're to 2014.
All right, who's up next?
I guess I can go next.
Yeah, Chris, let's hear this.
Okay, so I think the first console I really started with was the Nintendo 64.
Oh,
Ooh, old school.
Yeah. I'd say my favorite games for that console would have been probably Bomberman 64 Second Attack, followed by maybe Bomberman Hero. Bomberman games are pretty good.
That's nice.
But I also played Super Mario 64 quite a bit. Oh, you know what? I'm completely forgetting a game here. Banjo-Kazooie. That was definitely the best one. Followed by Superman 64. Or Superman 64. That's actually the worst game. Don't play that. Don't touch that.
Superman 64, a classic of its time.
I've seen my playthroughs.
Oh my god, it's terrible.
It's probably the worst. I don't know why I said that. Now I've derailed myself.
Because you
Let's
love
see.
it.
Anyway, Super Mario 64, I played that a lot, and at some point, I was just like, I want more. And you remember the bookstore Borders?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Before they disappeared forever?
Before they turned into the weird Christian thing, yeah.
What?
Didn't they turn,
You don't remember
didn't they
that?
turn into, like, BAM?
Yeah, no, they did. They turned into
Yeah,
BAM.
the weird Christian thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it did turn to BAM.
What's the association between Books A Million and that Christian thing?
No, the Books A Million
Oh.
is the Christian thing.
What?
Yeah, they're like a weird Christian store, man.
What?
Yeah, for real.
The bookstore that we had was a Borders,
Yes.
and then it turned into a BAM,
Yeah.
which is Books A Million, which is a Christian...
Exactly.
Oh.
Thank you, Stasha.
Okay.
You know what? Okay, continue. Sorry to derail.
No, it's fine. Anyway, whenever I had a chance to be at Borders back then, I would go to the games section, and I'd take one of those, the Game Shark or whatever the cheat code books are.
Fuck yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was Game Shark. And I would pretty much walk over to the desk where they had like a little sticky notepad and some pens. And I'd start writing down as many cheat codes as I could.
Oh, man.
That's awesome. That's awesome, dude.
And then I'd get back home and I'd stick the Game Shark in there and I'd start typing out all these codes in. And it'd be like, wow. And I'd stop playing for a while.
Wow. Wow. That's some clever shit, Chris.
Yeah.
Good on you. Yeah. I don't know if y'all. You know what I really loved out of that Borders way back when. Do you remember they had the cafe? And
Yes.
out of the
Yes.
cafe, they sold those Harry Potter frogs.
Yes.
Yes, those Harry Potter frogs.
Oh my god.
They were so good. I saw
They
them.
also sold the multi-flavored jelly beans
Mhm.
from Harry Potter.
Oh yeah.
All those Harry Potter candies were really just the bomb. Really. They were awesome. I've seen them recently, actually. They still exist. And they are at the Mall of America in a random candy store on the second floor.
Is it just all dedicated to Harry Potter?
It's not all Harry Potter candies, but it's a candy store that has still those frogs that you can get. and they
Wow.
still taste just as good as I remember them. That was fucking awesome. Okay, what else, Chris? We know you were Elite Hacksaw way back when.
Was I?
Yes, you were with the old booklets.
Yeah. Anyway, there was what was it? So in Banjo-Kazooie, there's a way of entering cheat codes, like not Game Shark cheats, but like actual designated cheat codes that they put into the game. And one time I was like, I'm just gonna keep on entering these cheat codes and make myself all awesome at this game. And when you get to putting in the third cheat code, the game's just like, if you put in that cheat code, we're gonna erase your game save. I'm like, they wouldn't do that. So I went ahead and clicked yes because I wanted the cheat code, and they actually deleted my save.
Jesus fuck!
Wow.
Wow.
That was a very disappointing day.
What game was that?
Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh fuck yeah! Sorry, I missed that first part.
But after the Nintendo 64, we had a Xbox, the original Xbox. As Kevin said, huge. I think there's 2 games I remember playing the most on that. That'd be Blinks. Blinks was the game where you're playing as a cat with like a vacuum cleaner and you have to suck up ghosts, kind of. And you have time abilities.
Yeah.
And it was really unique. You could like rewind, and a copy of what you just did would run around. You'd have to use that to solve puzzles and whatnot. It was a really fun game. I wish I could play it, but they only released it on the Xbox. And there's no good emulators nowadays for Xbox. And then the other game was Pirates Legend of the Black Cat or something like that, which was a game where you played as a pirate, and you had a ship that you could upgrade, and you went from island to island fighting pirates and stuff and giant bosses, and it was actually pretty good for the time, I'd say. After the Xbox, we traded our Xbox for a PS2, which
Good.
yeah. Which actually that PS2 ended up breaking not long after, and then we had to buy another PS2. But anyway, the games that I played the most for the PS2 would probably be Dark Cloud. Let's see. What other good PS2 games?
Did you get into Kingdom Hearts at that point too?
Yes, Kingdom Hearts 2, but I didn't actually start with Kingdom Hearts 2. I had a Game Boy Advance before then, and I had played Chain of Memories before I had actually played Kingdom Hearts 2 for the PS2.
Okay.
There was Dance Dance Revolution. Back in elementary school, I was like the king of Dance Dance Revolution. Like our gym teacher would actually bring a console with them with Dance Dance Revolution, and
really?
yeah, every now and then. That was pretty great. No one could. It was just so sad watching other people play it though, because they couldn't even do like the slowest song in the game. And here I am doing like these super fast songs and just absolutely obliterating them. And then there was Guitar Hero as well. I played that quite a bit for the PS2.
Nice.
Ignoring consoles, I think somewhere around the Nintendo 64 days, or maybe even before, I used to play Tomb Raider games with my dad.
Oh, same, dude.
Yeah, those games were pretty great. Speaking of Tomb Raider, actually, I'm starting up the Rise of the Tomb Raider. I started playing that the other day. Didn't get really very far into it before I just went to bed, but
It's a good game.
yeah, it's definitely. I played the first one, the 2013 remake, and that one was actually really good. So I bought the Rise of the Tomb Raider. I'm going to get onto that later, but let's see. So PS2, We also had the GameCube. We really had a lot of consoles. The GameCube, Wind Waker was probably one of my favorites for the GameCube, followed by Mario Kart. I played that with my family a lot. Let's see, GameCube games. Super Mario Sunshine was also great. Played that one more than Wind Waker, actually. But I do like Wind Waker probably just as much. Those are the most memorable games that come to mind for GameCube. Then from there, we went to the Xbox 360. I played a good majority of Halo 3. Like, that's pretty much 90% of my Xbox 360 time. I guess the other part was Modern Warfare. And then from there, I jumped to PC gaming. And now I've got this super huge collection of Steam games, 200 games that I don't really play, but I plan to play maybe eventually.
At some point.
Eventually.
I'm not gonna go over all of the PC games I've played, but recently I played Nier Automata, and that's probably the best game I've played in like the last 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow, that's
pretty high praise.
Yeah, it was a pretty good game. That's why you guys should play it. The 2013 Tomb Raider was also a good one, but I wouldn't call it the best game I've played. Bastion, as Kevin said. Trying to remember these off the top of my head. Dark Souls. First Dark Souls was great.
I never got into those games, actually.
That's what everyone says. Everyone tells me I should play Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And I want
Unfortunately, if you're playing the first Dark Souls, the multiplayer section is like no one. No one plays the game anymore. Dark Souls 1 came out, I don't know, like 15 years ago, maybe. Maybe I'm off on that. Let me actually check that. Dark Souls. It came out in 2012. Oh, 5 years. Wow.
Jesus.
Maybe the console version came out a little bit earlier.
It's possible, yeah.
But, that game was also probably one of the greatest games I've played in that time frame. If you guys have the chance, you should definitely play it. I played Dark Souls 3 as well. Not sure if I'd say it's as good as the first game, but it's definitely still very good. I started playing Final Fantasy 13, but I never ended up beating it. It's one of my games I've been meaning to get back to eventually. A lot of people say it's not a very good game because it's very linear. You don't have like an open world type thing. But if the game's designed to be linear, then I don't think it's really an issue as long as the game's good.
Yeah, like eventually,
right.
like there's gonna be a point where like, okay, it's linear, but like it's fine to have linear sometimes.
Yeah. Hell,
Yeah.
Mass Effect is extremely linear.
Oh, you know what? I completely forgot about the Nintendo Wii. I did have a Nintendo Wii as well, but I'm not going to go on about that.
Yeah, you did a lot of shit with that, though. You did you modded the hell. You essentially destroyed it in every possible way you could.
I still have it. It's still modded and everything.
Yeah, you really went into that fucker.
I'm surprised I even pulled off. The instructions I found on the internet back then, I was probably like 13, were very vague. I'm surprised I didn't accidentally destroy the entire Wii.
Yeah, true. Luckily, Wii's are like $40 now, so it's not much of a loss.
Yeah. I do enjoy quite a few roguelike games.
Like, fuck, what's the name? Binding of Isaac?
Yeah, but
That's a good one.
I played that one a lot when it originally came out. Another one I played quite a bit of was FTL.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Rogue Legacy was another one I enjoyed a lot. What other games are there?
There are many.
Oh, you know what? Metal Gear Rising, Revengeance.
Yes, that's a very good game. Very good game.
Absolutely wonderful.
It's so anime.
It's so over the top.
Yeah.
Like it's so over the top that one might say it's bad, but actually does a full circle and becomes good again.
The memes. They talk about memes.
The memes, Jack.
And you fight Donald Trump in the end.
Wait, no shit, really?
No, you don't fight Donald
I
Trump.
would fucking believe it. I would fucking believe it.
Okay, take the boss of Persona 5.
Yeah.
When he puts on that, like, he has like that spring armor.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Think of that. That's pretty much the final boss of Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance.
I'm pretty sure the final boss says,
gotcha.
"Make America Great Again" or something like that. I'm pretty sure the boss says that. I forget if it's like "Make this country great again" or "Make America Great Again," but he says something along those lines.
Yeah, he's pretty much trying to reform America.
Yeah.
Okay.
By making a place where people who do get the things they want.
Okay. Yeah. No. You. Okay. So you do fight Trump.
You
so you do.
Trump.
Okay.
Let's hear James's video game story.
Okay. So I am completely different from y'all. Deadass, wholly different. I played entirely PC when I was a kid.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was all shitty family computer stuff, you know? Entirely PC, until I was in, like, 8th grade. And mainly when I was a kid, I played a whole bunch of fucking just, like, Target bootleg bargain bin games, and I loved them. I fucking loved them.
Nice.
On top of that, a lot of SimCity, a lot of Sims, a lot of Spore. When that came out, that was my thing for a while. A lot of simulation games, really. I was kind of fucking nerd like that, you know. So that was my kid. That was like my childhood. And then actually it was not me, but my brother, who was more into video games. Believe it or not. Way back when in like middle school. And that's when we got a PS3 and a Wii. And PS3 and a Wii.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
And we got a bunch of games for that. Eventually we got an Xbox 360 for real cheap off of someone. And that we just played a lot of games. My brother was mostly into the games. It was kind of just like, I don't remember a lot. I remember liking Mirror's Edge from that time period. That was...
Yep.
Yeah,
I remember that game.
Mirror's Edge, and then it was a lot more of just like, I think I got a gaming laptop around that time-ish as well. And
Was that the big dinosaur?
oh yeah.
The one that made creepy squealing noises.
The
Yeah,
fire
yeah.
breather.
Yeah, the fire breather that made horrifying noises when I Skyped my friends. Yeah, that one. I got that I think right before high school, but those 2 years, I was real big into IGN shit, podcasts, fucking reviews, shit like that. And so I played a lot of indie games. Honestly, I don't remember a lot of it. There was some good games, some bad games, but I feel overall, here's hot take number 2 of the day. Console gaming really isn't for me, and I don't think there's a lot of good AA games that ever really come out for console.
I mean, like, I primarily play. I mean, I got a PS4 just so I could play Persona 5.
Same.
Honestly,
Exactly.
but then like there were some pretty solid
Sony exclusive. Like, I enjoyed Uncharted. One game that I still, what is it called? The robot dinosaur game.
Horizon Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero Dawn. That's gotten a lot of positive attention, and I'm curious to try it out. Another one I'm curious to try out is the new Yakuza game.
Oh yeah, I've heard a lot about that actually.
Yeah, that's yeah. So like, I'm not saying like I primarily play PC games because there aren't that many really that great console exclusives, but I think there are enough to justify getting one of them, I guess.
Yeah, I could go for a Nintendo Switch.
Same.
Yeah. Honestly, I kind of really want to get into Nintendo shit just because, like, as I'm getting older, I'm less about, like, fuck gaming and shit like that. And it's more like, I just want to have fun. Like, I don't care about the difficulty. Yeah. I don't care about any of that shit. I just want to have fun. And Nintendo has always been good at being like, hey, we got fun shit. Come over to our fucking party. And like,
I think at E3, like in one of the presentations, they like had this clip or some ad or something that said like, if it's not fun, then why do you even bother or something like that?
Exactly.
Yeah, Reggie said something like that.
Yeah. Fucking Nintendo's always been on that bullshit, and they've always done it well, no matter what. Like, and I kind of like Nintendo because they've always been shit at like the social media friend code kind of bullshit. They're terrible at it. They're horrible. And I love that because I don't want to fucking, like, have the whole social media bullshit, like, integrated in my game. I don't like multiplayer at all.
Yeah.
And I don't like shit like that. And so, like, Nintendo's good at, like, here's the fucking game. You don't have to have any sort of context of having to play with other people or, like, having to do ranked anything ever. Just come along and have a good old time. And, like, me, when I'm fucking getting older, like, I don't want to spend a lot of time, like, trying to get into games. And, like, I'm no longer in middle school where it's like, ooh, it's gotta be, like, serious. It's gotta be fucking serious. And it's gotta be, like, a good game. I'm like, no, I just want to have fun. And so that's, yeah, Nintendo is definitely becoming more appealing, and that's never something I've really been into. Even though I had a Wii, but I only used it to kind of just hang out with people. I think when I hang out with you guys, I think we played Wii a bit. And it's fun. It's fun as fuck. But yeah, otherwise, really, I've played a lot of games, but I can't remember a lot of games.
Any games that, like, stick in your memory?
Limbo, which is an indie game. Mirror's Edge.
Yeah. Limbo.
Limbo, Mirror's Edge. Heavy Rain, actually.
Oh, I had that on the PS3. I like that.
Recently, City Skylines. I know I've talked a million fucking years about that. I've always been a big Fallout guy. Fallout New Vegas, I think, is my favorite. Fallout 3. I'm just looking at my Steam, and Fallout 4 I have 130 hours on record. I bet I've played more.
I never got really into the Fallout, but like, I think I bought one of them. I think it's shit. Where are you? Fallout New Vegas, yeah.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it's like the only good Fallout game.
I mean, they're all good, but like Fallout New Vegas combines the good game mechanics and kind of like cool like Fallout-y shit of like Fallout 4, Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Well, like really going back to its roots and making it less serious. Because Fallout, I think, I'm starting to play also some of the older Fallout games, Fallout 2 specifically, and you really get a feel that, like, it's, like, really dark humor of just, like, they're, like, it's like the apocalyptic thing, but, like, they're really just making, a lot of just, like, crude jokes about it.
Yeah.
And so, like, Fallout New Vegas, I think, is the best one, and I'm really glad you got that one, because it does kind of, like, make it more fun. Also, they have fucking iron sights, which is like, why wouldn't you have that in any other game ever?
Yeah.
So, like, it's actually playable compared to Fallout 3, which is like it's always like Mass Effect third person.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my
A lot of
game
people
for
would
tonight.
a lot of people would tell you Fallout 3 is the better one, but I've got to agree with you guys. Fallout New Vegas was the better one to me.
Yeah. Fallout 3 takes itself too seriously. That's my
I
opinion.
remember when Fallout 4 was initially announced, and we circle jerked over it so bad.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
I remember that.
Yeah, we were pretty excited.
And then I never bought it.
Fuck off. Really?
It turned out just
I never
okay,
bought it.
in my opinion.
I think it's a solid game, but I think there are a lot of things could be done to it to make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One thing that you said earlier about James's like multiplayer, that would be an interesting thing to talk about in a later episode, something like single player versus multiplayer games. That'd be an interesting thing to talk about.
Oh yeah, I have many thoughts on that. I have many thoughts.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
But I think-
because like another thing I do, because like we talked about video games and anime, and they're both works of art, and they're both used to like, in most cases, communicate some sort of message. I really want James to lead a music podcast, mainly like hip hop podcast, because I feel I really want to dig into your brain about what your thoughts are into that stuff, because I'm trying to get more into hip hop. Like I've started listening to Kendrick Lamar, and that's some good shit right there.
Yeah, it is good shit. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good place to start. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I would totally be down with that sometime. It could be cringy as fuck to anyone listening, because like again, I'm not an expert. I just listen to a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, I'm totally down.
All right.
Okay, so
Man,
I think
how long have
potentially
we
we
been
should.
going?
Almost
Almost
1
2
hour,
hours.
54
2 hours,
minutes.
about.
How long was our? That was probably like an hour and a half, I think.
Yeah, this one's a bit long.
Nice.
Do we want to
Yeah, I
wrap it up?
think
Yeah.
so.
I
think
think we've touched on everything we need to.
I think so.
Okay.
All right. So, how do we do this?
Here, I'll try my best.
All right. You do you close us out, James.
Okay.
Yeah, you go
So,
ahead.
thank you all for listening. If you made it this far, who knows how much of this dumpster fire you've listened to, but even if you're just listening in the background, thank you all for listening. Again, this is the Fools of the World podcast. I'm James. I'm joined by Stasha, Kev, and Chris, and all of our friends, and hopefully we'll do more of this garbage podcast in the future. We haven't really set up a solid recording schedule, but I think hopefully in the future we're going to do it semi-regularly, every week, bi-weekly. And there's more in store for where that came from. Okay, thank you all.